There has been quite a lot of video games to get an anime adaptation. Most recently, last year we got Cyberpunk Edgerunners, which was one of my favorite anime of last year. But this winter season, we were greeted with a new adaptation that already seems quite divisive, and that is NieR Automata version 1.1a, which I'll just refer to as NieR Automata from now on. So without further ado, I am Tiago, the Attack on Tiago, and for today's video, I'll be going over NieR Automata and if its early criticism is justified. For those who are unfamiliar with this video game or anime, here's a quick synopsis of the series. The distant future, 5012, the sudden aerial invasion of Earth by aliens and their creations, machine lifeforms, led mankind to the brink of extinction. The surviving number of humans then took refuge on the moon to organize a counterattack using android soldiers to recapture Earth. However, the war reaches a stalemate as the machine lifeforms continue to multiply infinitely. In turn, humanity deploys a new unit of android soldiers as an ultimate weapon, the Yora. Newly dispatched to Earth, 2B joins 9S, the analyst currently stationed there. And this is a story of these lifeless androids and their endless fight for the sake of mankind.
外から見て回ります。
私は内部を中心に調べてみる。
So to start, the anime series is produced by A1 Pictures, one of the more popular anime studios which also worked on Licorice Recoil from last year. Also, Yoko Taro, who is a director and writer for the video game, is the official writer for the anime, which is really cool to see how involved Taro is. The anime is also supposedly adapting the main story for the game very closely. Now, I must say, I have not played the game. I want to though, but as of now, I have not, sadly. So this analysis will be based off someone who has not played the game, but I know someone who has played it and thoroughly loves it, so I've heard quite a bit from him in terms of how this anime relates to the game. Alright, I want to talk about some positives first about the anime, again coming from someone who went into this blind. The world is already very captivating and leaving me thirsting for more. I already have many questions and speculations about it all, which is a huge plus for this fictional world. And the characters, even though they haven't been explored thoroughly yet, are similar to the world in which they're very captivating. 2B in particular seems very intriguing, and I'm actually really curious to see how her story unravels. The character design is also great. I especially love the machine lifeforms, since they're both cute and just a bit terrifying. And lastly, I really love the opening. It took me a few listens to really appreciate it though, I will admit. But now having listened to it multiple times, I personally think it's one of Aimer's best openings, which is a huge statement. Alright, some flaws, because there are definitely some. First I have to mention is the animation, which I think is actually good 90% of the time. Now, why do I say 90% of the time? Well, because that 10% that isn't good is when the machine flight suits are used. And my goodness, the CGI looks laughably bad during those moments. The models look super dull and just seem very goofy and out of place. Now, I was assured that the machine flight suits won't be used a lot, as they weren't prominent in the game. So, fingers crossed on that. The other negative I must mention actually is related to a positive about the anime. Earlier I said how intrigued I am of everything, and how captivating the world and characters are. However, even though I am intrigued, I am still very lost. I feel the first two episodes have done a poor job explaining exactly what is happening right now and what the point of multiple moments so far are. And if I didn't read what the synopsis of the anime was, I would be a lot more lost with what exactly is going on. It could be that the writer intended the anime more so for people who have played the game already, but either way, I feel they could have done a better job explaining what's really happening right now. Now, from a game standpoint, like I stated earlier, the anime is adapting the video game story to a T, an actual one-to-one translation. The prologue in the game is the episode 1 of the anime, and that is a bit disappointing, I would think, as a fan of the game, since it's already been well told in the actual video game. So why not just play the video game itself then, since it was so successful and critically acclaimed? For those fans, they're probably worried if any actual new things will be brought to the table in this adaptation. And I think that's where all the criticism ends. Now, for those video game fans, they get to re-experience an amazing story with the same nostalgic soundtrack that was used in the video game. And they get to relive characters and twists and all sorts of surprises that they now get to see adapted in an anime. And I think that's a really cool experience probably for them. I don't think this anime is disappointing or even close to some of the reviews I've seen for it. I understand if there was concern just after episode 1, but I think episode 2 did a really good job getting the viewer invested in everything. I think the criticism began because people essentially had different expectations for what this anime series was going to be. Fans of the game probably wanted something new to this world in the form of a side story like Edgerunners, while people who haven't played the game were not a fan of the rare use of the CGI machine flight suits and confusing beginning of the anime. But if the game was that critically acclaimed, and the director and writer for the series is so involved in this, I think us viewers just have to wait a bit more to really assess the quality of the NieR Automata anime. It's way too early to already dictate that this is bad or disappointing, since I, for one, am very intrigued in where this story goes. Well everyone, that is it for the video. Have you seen the anime or played the NieR Automata game yet? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot to me. I am Tiago with Attack on Tiago, and I hope you all have a nice day.